Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the chat. It's another not so eventful Sunday.
Oh, it's been more eventful than that.
But welcome to the chat.
Hey, Joe. Joe Shrimp Shack. How's it going? Frank, good afternoon.
I haven't got to watch it yet, but I saw that he just posted a video about swimming in the ocean for the first time. So that's always fun. We got to go to the ocean for the first time together not too long ago, and yeah, it was fun.
Jess, Manes, Tails, Fur, and Fins, welcome. Lurking.
Thanks for being here.
Christopher, welcome. Sandy, welcome. Brian P., welcome. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. So far, we've managed to eat breakfast. That's about it.
We've done a little more than that.
We did film the podcast, so.
Hillbilly Aquatic, welcome. Yeah, we got that done.
Mainly just watching the wind blow. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's blowing out, Craig. It's blowing.
Brooklyn Bell, happy Sunday to you.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Yeah, let us know if you have any exciting fish news going on, any new additions or anything new going on in your fish rooms.
Patrick Hardy, welcome. How's it going? Hopefully you're having a wonderful Sunday. The weather is beautiful here, except the wind is like tornadic.
It's crazy. It's howling, but it's finally warm. We had another snap of cold and blah. And today I'm like, oh, it's almost hot outside.
It's almost warm. Master Aquatics, Eduardo.
Welcome.
Mike, Fish Tank Barn, welcome.
I'm excited about Aquaticon coming up. That's coming up shortly.
Yeah, real quick. What,
I'm excited
2 weeks?
about that. Yeah, it's the 30th of April. So
Yeah.
three more Saturdays, I think. This one, the next one, and then Aquaticon.
Okay. I know it was quick.
Yeah,
Coming
I'm
up
excited.
real quick. However, we did get that done. We got the podcast done.
We gotta listen to it. Hopefully, it recorded okay.
Regina, welcome.
Hello.
Well, Joe did something you would like. Swam with sharks today.
I'm jealous.
Not on my list. Depends on.
It's on my list.
Depends on what kind of shark, I suppose.
Yeah, I would swim in the safety of a cage with larger sharks, but I would try to wiggle out of it. But I would be disappointed if I did wiggle out of it because I love sharks. But I don't want to see one like accidentally.
It sounds like this was
Planned.
a plan. Lemon and bull sharks. Wow. And the fact that bull sharks are like one of the
Bill sharks, not...
No, bull. The next comment is bull. He did not mean bill sharks.
I was like, I hadn't heard about it. But
he swam with these duck-bill sharks.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
But yeah, bull sharks I would be a little bit more scared, but I would still be proud of myself for doing it. So good for you. Free swam with them. Here, won't do that.
That's because you're talking so softly.
Yeah, I do that. I can't help it.
Regina's doing water changes, and my clear aqua hang on the back just quit randomly. Oh, well, you definitely might want to take that apart.
Yeah, I haven't had an actual aqua clear one before. I've seen them, but I don't think I've ever had an actual aqua clear. But I'm sure you might be able to take it apart somehow.
What was I think the aqua clears were the ones that they used for one aquashella for either shrimp contest or one of the other contests. And I did get
They seem nice.
And I did get to take one apart because I took one apart with Jason from Primetime because it was actually, the reason it wasn't working is it was full of substrate. It was full of sand. So you might want to go ahead and take that apart.
Yep.
All them hang on the backs are super easy. Take it apart, and it may not be that big a deal. It might have just picked up something or a little wear, a little calcium buildup. And
That's what's ours. My dad's, we've got to go over there and fix it because it's got so much just build up, limescale calcium build up real bad.
Yep. Joe said the same thing I said. Take the intake off, clean the motor. Yep.
Uh-huh.
It probably picked up something if I was to be just brainstorming over it.
Yeah. See, before when they would go out, it's just randomly go out. I would just automatically throw them away and be done with them. But now I've learned that sometimes you can.
Yep, she's learned, folks. She goes like this.
You don't have to do that.
Fix this. It doesn't work.
Oh, she did. But I pulled off the motor and cleaned the impeller, and it won't start up again. Yeah, sometimes they are just. But she's got a spare one.
Well, good.
Sometimes it's true. Sometimes you can fix them, and then sometimes it's just they're finally kaput. I have to throw them away.
Well, it sounds like it's been working for a long time, and then it's finally went out. So it's not like it was just all of a sudden happened and hasn't been used.
I don't know.
It sounds like she's had it for a while.
I need to move this closer so I can.
Jeremy, welcome.
I tried to push it back, but then I kind of moved it up.
Persuasive maintenance. Give it a shot. Yes. I've done that a few times. Yeah, and it's led to breaking off a few fins off the impeller, and then it work again. I've even went that far with my persuasiveness.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. We can hook up some headphones.
So,
did you want to talk about anything particular beforehand?
No, not really. We were going to talk about the topic we overheard it when we picked up some.
Well, it's just one of
fish.
those things because we went to the fish store. I'll send you the link in a second because I'll get distracted. We went to the fish
Geek
store.
boy, hello.
And you know how you just eavesdrop on conversations unintentionally. You just hear people. And we were shopping for some new fish because he got weathered out and was home. And that's when I like to go to the fish store. And I don't know if it was a mom and their kid. It was just a lady and a young child. And he wanted to stop and look at the fish. And she's like, no, they're just so much work. We don't have time for that. And I don't know how to, educate people that it's work, yes, but any pet, if you're at the pet store, chances are you're there to either get a pet or you have a pet already, and you have to feed all your pets. You have to clean up after them. And I feel like my dogs and the cats are almost more work than my fish tanks, and I have way more fish tanks than I do cats and dogs. I have a lot of dogs, but I don't. So I don't know. It made me think about how could you help change someone's perspective that doesn't even want to stop and look. I don't know.
Hey, Paul. Yeah,
it's just something that I was like,
I think it's.
I don't know.
I think it's the misconception and something that the whole fish fam, the whole community could get behind as far as it is. You will spend just as much on any other pet. The purchase of a dog or cat, even if you're rescuing it from a shelter.
Well, I feel like
just everything you get for that dog or cat, food-wise, bed, house. I think it's the initial setup that scares everybody off. And
all pets are expensive, but I don't know how to explain it. Like with the dog and cat, you can cuddle up with them, and when you're in a sourpuss mood and you're like, I don't, you can cuddle up with our little Pepe dog and be like, oh, and he cuddles with you. And you can't necessarily do that with your fish, but I get a lot of positive stuff back keeping fish. I might not be able to like pet them on the head and teach them and give them like tricks for rolling over, but they do a lot for me too in just a different way. It's just a different, I don't know the word for it.
Hey,
you
Dee
still
Dee.
get, it's still rewarding to keep. It's just a different type of rewarding, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but it just something I've been thinking about now. I was like, how would you change someone's and they might not they might not buy a tank and keep fish, but how would you convince them to at least stop and look and give it a chance? Maybe consider it. You might not agree to it, but just consider it.
Michael, Long,
if that makes
Dee
at
Dee,
all sense.
welcome.
I don't know.
I seen you in there. If you didn't hear my shout out.
I don't know.
Christopher, yes, please tell people more. I just had to tell a friend that if they can't take care of a pet or want to put time in it, they shouldn't get one. I love animals and pets are awesome. Yeah, they are awesome. ScienceGal Aquatics, welcome.
They all take, like, my dogs. I have a very high maintenance dog, and then I have multiple of them, and they take up a lot of time, and they're still crazy. And the cat's the cat, and then we have the bearded dragon and our inside dog. Like, we have a lot of animals, and they all take up time, and they have needs in different ways, and you still gotta, it's more than just feeding them, and keeping fish is more than just feeding them. And I think that's where some people, they get into it, they set up the tank, they want the fish because someone told them to get it, and they just think that they can just feed it and keep it alive. And there's a little bit more than that, but it's not overly complicated either. So, I don't know. The hardest step in the beginning is just leaving it alone and letting it cycle. Like, that's very hard to leave it alone. Just leave it alone, let it cycle.
Hey, Skipper, welcome. Yeah, I think that's, and like, you know, you get on a routine with a dog of feeding a dog. Mm-hmm. You get on a routine of feeding the cat, turning the light off for the lizard at night, or having on a timer, however. Mm-hmm. But it's the same with your fish as far as the feeding is probably takes the longest because you watch them then. Other than that, you can set up whatever time you want to change water. The fish don't care if you change the water at 4 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They don't really care for the most part. I mean, there's special ones, but
I was gonna say something now. I forgot. It'll come back to me maybe.
Oh, Eduardo. I did not know that. I'm so sorry to hear that. Eduardo had a car accident. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was in the morning show or something when you said something about it. And I was like, oh, man. I hope you feel better.
He says he's fine, but the truck isn't.
The truck isn't.
40 days in the shop. That sounds like a heck of a humdinger.
I always feel like I don't come across as, I don't know. When something like that happens, it's like, I'm sorry, but it doesn't come across like I mean it. Like, I'm truly, like, I'm sorry, even though it doesn't sound like it.
Car accidents are never fun. Stephen
No.
P.
Welcome.
What up?
Thank you for being here. So
Scott Schmidt, first time here. Welcome.
Welcome to the show.
We're continuing our little bit of a talk before we bring up Joe.
Well, tomorrow we find out, I believe, who wins the raffle to Peru.
Oh, cool.
Right? Right?
Well, we're
feel
continuing
like-
our talk about what we overheard in a
excited.
pet store and how to get people interested in the hobby, or the misconception that fish are either more expensive or hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't read their mind. I don't know. Maybe she was just short of time and they were checking out and needed to go. I don't know. But
But the poor little kid, he was
The
trying so
situation-
hard to watch
the
those fish.
situation probably comes up a lot. And it's not convincing them that they have to get it. It's just giving a shot. At least hear me out. Consider it. Let's look to see, like, if you see a fish that you might like that catches your eye and I can tell you about it. Or maybe it's not the fish that, like, it was plants that brought you into it, or something outside the box. I don't know. It's just something to think about how to. I mean, that's always the problem, is how do we get the next generation of fish keepers interested in being fish keepers so we can have another generation? And it's either through kids or getting a friend into it or a family member or something. There's something that at least have a conversation about it. Hear me out.
Oh, yeah.
And I have a tank if you want one. I need to do this. Otherwise, I'm going to forget. So, Joe, if you're still in here and you want to talk to us about sharks.
Yeah, John, any pet is costly and takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yes. And the way she said it to her son, that it was too expensive and cost and took so much time.
And there is something about
it doesn't take any more
it.
time and is just as expensive or less expensive than having a high-end dog. Because I have 4 of them in the backyard and they take up most of Kerri's time.
Well, my little rescue dog takes up more time than anything because that little dog's spoiled.
Well, yeah, I kind of did that. Aquafunk, I'm sorry I hadn't said hi to you earlier.
Aquafunk's here? Hi,
yes,
Aquafunk.
he said sup peeps earlier, and I had not said hi, so I apologize.
I apologize, too.
Eduardo, the best way to bring in new fish keepers into the hobby is by using your own personal experience on how we became fish keepers, in my opinion.
Well, I know in this podcast I let out all my mistakes. I let them all come out and all the craziness that I've attempted to do over the years. So if I can help someone not do that, that would be great. Don't do this so you can have a better time.
Ben Backstrom, Daniel, welcome. Welcome. Ricky. Watching the Cubs lose. Well, since I'm not a Cubs fan, that's good for me.
Last time we did this, there was a horrible echo on these headphones, so we're going to see if this works.
Oh, so they'll all be part of a really cool, challenging trial.
Yeah, we'll see.
Sounds good. And if Joe's still in here, we'll get Joe up here in a minute. But yeah, that was, it just hit us kind of funny. We were just there picking out a couple little things.
Yeah, I guess since I've always kept fish, but since I do the YouTube thing, I just, when I listen to things or I hear people talk about, I just have a different point of view, I guess, because I would like to learn and help share and put some information out there that's, I hope, easier and correct. It can help in some aspects. So I don't know, it just struck me different. I was like, I wonder if there's anything that we could do in time that would help. Be like, yeah, let's go over here and look.
Well,
maybe
we
not.
can always run with Aquafunk's idea. Just tell high school boys that chicks dig fish. And just expand from there. Mm-hmm. We can work on that. Mm-hmm. That'd be that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, so we're super entertaining today.
Oh yeah. No, I was just reading Eduardo's comment.
Well, the point of you being on the show is to help me read it, just not to yourself. Help share with the class.
Well, thank you. No, I was just waiting to see if Joe was coming up or not.
Oh, if he does, we'll click him in. If not, we'll be super entertaining.
Well, we were on a good topic.
I will have to say, this week it's a side note, and it's like me whining, but I could not move my neck and I couldn't move. So it's taken me all week, and I can kind of like move my neck and around. I'm like, oh, I feel a little better. I don't know what I've done, but I'm at the age where like picking up a water change bucket, I have to do it a little bit more carefully now than just like, yeah. I'm like, oh, that might hurt my back, or I might not be able to look to the left for 4 days. And it's just like, this is so silly and ridiculous, but yeah, it's true, and it hurts. So.
No, back to where we was. That just hit me wrong. It was just weird. We were both there. We both heard it.
Yeah.
It was just odd, and we were just picking up a couple interesting little things, which you'll have to stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about it on the podcast too in more detail. That's where we actually talk in detail with a purpose. But I don't know. Just in time, the goal is maybe to help change at least a handful of people's perspective on things.
Yeah. And yeah, if you know anybody out there and getting them into the hobby, that's just a good question to ask. Why do they don't? What scares them about an aquarium? Besides me, the fact I just never even thought about it. Didn't even think about it.
You didn't have the opportunity to think about it because you went from having none to 10 in a course of a week. So, oh, hi, Lefty. What's going on? Nothing. How are you? Hope all is well. I'll see you in a few weeks at Aquaticon.
Oh, yeah. He is going to that.
I'm excited.
That will be fun. It'll be fun to catch up with Lefty, as always.
But yeah, we got a couple new fish. There's one we haven't had before that we picked up at the fish store or PetSmart. And that's about it. I've done a few things down here in the fish room this week, but as you can see, I still have some more to do. We did some water changes and some much needed maintenance on the upstairs tank. So all of the water change stuff is upstairs currently. But hopefully put that out, a video out on that very soon.
Oh, yeah. Garcia Aquatics, welcome. How are you?
After this live chat, I get to go see Sonic 2. And I'm really excited.
Well, it sounds like kind of why I was distracted, too, besides the chat. And was just thinking about why people don't think about fish tanks like me. Select Pet, welcome. I was getting all kinds of text messages about a chainsaw that just got worked on for my buddy, and for some reason I have no clue what he did. I gave it to him, whatever it was, a month and a half ago. Got it back from a guy, worked on it, rebuilt it, ran great. And now he's just bombarded me with like video, pictures, carburetors leaking, can't keep the saw running. I have no clue what he's done.
You'll probably find out here shortly.
Well, I'm probably going to have to go perform emergency saw operation and fix it, is what I would say I'm going to be doing if I was guessing.
What's it say? Aquaticon's in a couple weeks and the Mammoth Cave Aquarium Expo the week after, and I'll be at both. Select Pet. That sounds interesting. I didn't know about that one.
Mammoth Cave Aquarium Expo. Where is that at, Select Pet? Q Aquatics, welcome.
Oh, it's Q. Oh, hi, Q. Poor Saw. I know.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm thinking too. During all of this right now, the tablet in front of me has been lighting up with all kinds of stuff that I could be looking at. and it is really hard for me to not touch.
Yeah, it's hard for him. It's
the
not
pictures
so hard
and
for
be
me.
like, why? What happened? What did you do? Especially since it's a Husqvarna and it is a big saw, and it is a really good saw.
Jen Larson said, I've had pets almost my entire life, only a few years in Guam I did not have any.
Well, and we've had like all manner of pets for the kids.
I've had
we've
more
had
pets.
Everything from rabbits to turtles.
I've had more pets living with you than I've had my entire life. I always had the fish inside growing up, but my mom didn't like inside animals, so all of our cats and dogs had to be outside. And then when I moved out on my own, I had gotten a fish tank with an ex-boyfriend. That was like the first day. I was like, I want to get a fish tank. And we got one for an apartment. And the first opportunity I could get a dog and have an apartment that let me have a dog, I got a dog. But other than that, that's all I had was one dog and a fish tank. I had one fish tank in all those apartments that I lived in like my 20s. And then when we re-met, got together, we've had dogs, cats, rabbits, all kinds of stuff. So, but I haven't had anything outside the box, like anything super crazy.
Dennis
My grandma
Christensen.
had Q's here. My grandma had birds, but she had cockatoos. Cockatiels? Cockatoos. I don't remember.
I have no clue.
But I
wasn't
remember
around
my
for the
grandma
bird
having
phase.
I remember my grandma having some birds when I was a little bitty kid.
Wasn't around for the bird phase.
How about the Keystone Clash? I want to go to
How
the
about
Keystone.
Jay Oliver's here?
Jay Oliver's here. Oh, hi, Jay Oliver's here. Welcome. I can't read very well. You guys know me. You know I can't read.
Big Easy Support Group. Hello. Welcome.
Welcome. But yeah, I haven't thought about those words in a long time. Oh, and I forgot. I had that little turtle. I lied. I had that little turtle, that little bitty turtle named Speedy in that 10-gallon tank. And I was a little bitty kid. So I take that back. I did have a little turtle. I forgot about that. Yeah, I can't wait to the next Aquashella. The next Aquashella is gonna be we're gonna be tired because it's right after the Triple Crown.
Yeah, Triple Crown, Quadruple Crown,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
Because
Crown.
we get back, whatever that Sunday is, the 30th, July 30th, I think we get back or something like that. And then we leave for Aquashella August 4th is when we fly out. So, yeah.
We get like a 3-day break. Ricky, I've always wanted to have a llama. Not sure why. I know people that have llamas. They're not really that nice.
Are they not? I just feel like they would, like, nip at you or something. But I don't know. I'm sure I've seen them at a petting zoo.
Oh, I got a congratulations to Regina. I fixed it. Woohoo!
Oh!
Good for you. I knew it was salvageable.
Oh, yeah.
I've been sitting
You
here with
did
my
it.
fingers crossed.
Oh, that's exciting. Good job.
You
I
were
couldn't have done
persuasive.
that.
You
I
persuaded
would
it
have got
to work.
frustrated. I would have. I'm not going to lie on myself. I would have got frustrated and mad and had to take a time out and come back to it. Yeah,
oh,
don't talk-
well, good luck, Eduardo. You're always purty anyway. With Skipper, which Skipper will be on next. So,
Yep.
but good for Regina. Took
I'll
a
get-
while. LOL. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they will
That one we
frustrate
fixed
the
last time, we fixed
living
it.
tar out of
Yeah,
me.
we fixed it and it ran for like a day. I don't even know if it got a full day, and then it stopped again, and we had to go back to it, and we're like, yeah, we didn't get, yeah. So then it's ran like a dream, but it took another effort. It took a little bit. We had to work a little harder.
Yes, Geek Boy Skipper is going tonight. And he was in here. He probably still is in here somewhere lurking.
Yeah, maybe.
Getting ready for his stream, I am sure. I'm positive of that. I'm always the last one down and ready for the stream. I show up late all the time. That's what I do for Kerri for the stream.
This is like the one thing. Like, I will have to... It takes me longer to get ready, obviously, just because. Even if I ran at my fastest pace, like, everything, I didn't have to look, I didn't lose my glass, like, I still would take longer. But the YouTube stuff, anything, I'm ready to go, and down here, just kind of hanging out, waiting. It's the one thing that I will have to say I beat you down here to do.
Yeah,
I feel like you do a better job communicating and talking and just generally relaying the message, but I'm here to hang out.
Oh, yeah.
Especially, like, I just can't tell you how much I'm just glad, like, yeah. The weather's nice. We do need to do some pond maintenance badly. We are always saying, we're always saying that we need to go outside and do this, like we need to, and then we don't. But this time we do. I was looking at it. The koi, everything's doing good. They're all grown. They all look well. But there's so much. We have a tree that's over there, and there's just too much. I like having some leaf litter and some stuff down there for them to dig around in and stuff, but it's gotten out of control, and we need to scoop some of that. We need to get some of that out. And
it went from a manageable amount that should be in there for them to it was honestly last year it was about perfect because the rosy reds were breeding really well. They could have some space to bury. They like to bury down in those leaves, and it worked really well. But now it's just out of control. And the pump is clogged. We need to go unclog every so often. I don't know, once or twice a month we have to go out there and unclog the pump. And double check it, or it'll just slow down. And
we do have a UV sterilizer on it. And we replaced the bulb.
So we have green water, but not green water. We have clear water on top and green water at the bottom.
It's the one thing that has the pond. It's a green, it's pond. But it's with that UV sterilizer, it's not, like you can see the bottom perfectly. It might still be green, but it's not, it's crystal clear. Yeah.
Ricky, the next Aquashella is Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas is the next one. And
Chicago is at the end of the year. I think it's a week out from the Chicago one's like a week away from Halloween.
It's not on Halloween again like that weekend, but it's real close.
And Aquashella Dallas is the first weekend in August. If my brain serves me correctly. Which a lot of times it doesn't, so you might want to double check that. But I'm pretty sure it's like August 4th or 6th, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm too many dates.
I'm not good. I try.
Well, you got us going. You got us going to so many shows.
And I want to go to more. That's the problem. I need to get like one of those calendars that you're supposed to write your stuff in to keep you on schedule, and then you look at it and it keeps you on and you remember what you're supposed to do on time. They're not very expensive, and they make your life more organized. I need to do that.
You have one of those on your phone.
Yeah, but I need to not have so much screen time.
Try to lay off the screen time.
Yeah. So
I don't know anybody on social media that would say I'm going to lay off screen time.
Yeah, that's why really, I need to.
I'm on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok.
I have three calendars plus my phone. Yeah. See, I have been getting better. I feel like I've been getting better, but at the same time, I beat myself up because I should do better. But at the same time, I'm doing better. But yeah. I try. But there's something, I don't know if you agree, maybe it's just me. I don't know. There's something about actually writing it down that I do remember it better than typing it. But no one else can make out what I'm writing down because I can't spell very well. So I get embarrassed if someone sees my notes because they're like, what are you trying to say? I'm like, oh, nothing. It's for me. I know what it says.
Well, yeah, they're nice notes. I mean, they look like hieroglyphics, but they're nice notes.
I can make it out.
Star, hashtag.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I need to do that.
Yes, Ricky, that is weird, but that is how they switched the events up this year. I will agree with that thought. That is 100% was my thinking as well. But that's the dates they booked. Maybe just because of venue.
Yeah, I don't know.
Conflicts. I don't know.
But it threw me off because I barely could remember it before, but it seemed to be in the same order of things, and now it's like, I have to remember.
My fish tanks, welcome. Hey, fishy folks.
Thanks for being here.
Well, Lefty's backing you up. He said it's scientifically proven that if you write things down, you'll remember it better. That's why note-taking is a good study tip.
Yeah. You just got to remember. Like I said, I don't spell well, so...
Well, see, and select pets on your side as well. It's just shorthand. Just say it's shorthand.
Yeah, it's definitely shorthand. It's something.
Amazon Research Center.
Dr. Anthony, welcome.
Good afternoon.
I'm excited about tomorrow. At least I believe it's tomorrow. Again, I don't know. I don't write anything down anymore.
Well, on the writing stuff down, that goes with the fish, everything fish related anyway, because you write stuff down for everything, for an upcoming video, for
video stuff I do,
for what you need to do on a specific tank.
But it's not in an organized. There's some things like when it comes to the aquashella stuff, I guess because it's like my fish tanks are very important to me. Like my fish tanks are honestly my life. But there's I don't know. There's certain tasks that I am very on it, like immediately, and it's very well done. And I do, for me, I think a good job. But there's other things when it comes to, I don't know, like paperwork and stuff like that. I constantly do write to-do list. But it's not in one place. So I'll grab like, I need to write a note for this. And I'll grab a random piece of notebook paper or the back of a piece of junk mail and write something important. And then I go back a couple days later and I'm like, where did I put that note? And I'll have a notebook over here and a folder over there and and I'm like, I don't know. So I do write notes to keep me on track, but I don't keep my notes in an organized manner that helps me stay on task. If that makes any sense. Hopefully, I don't know. I have a special personality.
Oh, had to get the honeydews done today. That's my Sunday. That's where I'm sitting. I'm with one of my honeydews.
Yeah. What have you done today?
I cleaned up everybody's plate at IHOP. That should count for something.
Yeah, he cleaned up IHOP plates from the pancakes. Listen to that.
That's a lot of work. That's stressful.
I need to get me one of them husbands that do those to-do lists for their wives, because...
Oh, now come on. Now we're going down a rabbit hole.
First, I need to get me a husband. Wink, wink. Not just joking. We're gonna do that. We're just playing.
Oh, your to-do list is strung all over the
Right
house,
now,
like you just said. There's
yeah,
a to-do list down here. There's a to-do list up there.
There's
There's probably one in the dining room.
There's so much to do, I can't even say to do. We do need to finish the garden. We need to finish, if we're going to take that seriously this year, we actually need to do some of that. And we need too, we've done tank maintenance on the arowana tank, but we need to do like filter maintenance. It's time to actually rinse that out. It's been a little bit. We don't do that as often. Like, we'll water change the tank, but we don't clean the filter all the time, and it is time to do that. It's coming up. It's getting that time. So that, if in the pond that we keep saying we need to do that, we forget. So yeah, there's 3. There's 3 right there.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, that tank loves that. That it is so prolific in the tank above Kerri's head.
Yeah, and it was a complete accident because I was not sure if that could handle being in the tub year round. And it was turning kind of purple, so we assumed it was getting too much sun. And we were afraid it was going to get too cold and die. So I couldn't get all of it, but I got a lot of it. And I put some in here. I put some in a couple other tanks. The bow front. It was a goldfish tank at a time.
Yeah.
And they did leave it alone. They didn't eat it or anything, but it just didn't do well. And the only tank that it ended up doing really good in is this one. And it just took off. It just went crazy. So there's a couple pieces that probably need to be not necessarily thinned out, but they need to kind of be picked through a little bit. But I'm amazed how well it did. It was completely random and an accident, but it really is like my favorite tank ever.
Yeah, we could definitely separate that tank and it would continually grow.
And it's guppies and cherry shrimp right now in there. But yeah.
Well, Regina's not the only one doing fish filter maintenance today. Christopher is as well. Yeah, I sit down and do filter maintenance when she starts bringing me ones that are slowing down or she's like, this one's not worked for like 2 days.
Yeah, they don't.
Then I go on
often,
a whole
but every
filter
once in a while.
kick.
Right now, it's my dad's tank. We need to go back over to my mom's tank or my mom's house and fix my dad's tank. But so far, all of them in here. But it's not often. It's just, like she said, it's just completely sporadic. It's just random. And you're like, oh. And then you'll be good for a long while. Then all of a sudden you're like, I don't think that's working. And you're like, yeah, it's clogged up.
Well, now you got everybody after your valve. Skipper said that would look good, and it is 55. But
yeah, everybody says it's valve.
The doctor says that would look good in his 500 gallon, and I bet you that would.
But I believe it's hydrophilia. Let me hang on. Read the chat. I'll go grab. I have the thing over there. Because everybody says it's Vallisneria, but I believe it's some kind of mother plant.
Only Oscars. See, it's not just me that loves your Val. Yeah.
No, that's everybody's favorite is tank.
Oh, well, it's just so prolific in that tank, and the guppies just absolutely go crazy swimming through it. They enjoy it. You can just tell they enjoy it.
Okay, so I'm almost positive that it was this one, this longleaf hydrophilia.
Yep.
It's got a phone number on it, so I better not do that. That's what that says, right? But there's also this Tanganykan Vallisneria that I don't remember which tank that was in.
Nope, it's this one.
But I'm almost positive, but it's a mother plant. If that even makes sense. I remember them saying that. But
it's
I
that
don't
one.
know. But yeah, so I do have some Vallisneria in every tank pretty much that I have. But
well, yeah.
That one was sold to, I can't remember where did we pick that up?
That was at the Massa auction.
Yeah, it was the Maasai auction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is where we picked that up.
I'm going to go put these back, otherwise I'll forget them.
And that is also where we picked up some of, not all of, the short valve that is in the tank right beside you.
I always put the plants I get from Lucas, I always put his labels. He tapes them on his bag, and I always put them somewhere around on the side of the tank so I know what. But the ones we get from the auction, I always just keep them in the drawer so I have them. But I have to. I might be smart to tape them to the tanks too. So then I'd be like, in this tank is this one, you know.
Well, and we're really getting into the mosses.
Yeah, I kind of want.
The mosses are really. The shrimp absolutely love the mosses.
Yeah, here it is. It's the same tag, but this one says mother plant.
That was it then. That was the correct plant.
I don't know
There's your organizational skills there. Keeping all of your tags.
It probably should be on the tank. That would probably help me, but who knows?
Only Oscars. I kill moss before the Oscars can. Well, right now I have fell in love with mosses.
Yeah, that's what I would hope. That 75-gallon upstairs. The only thing I've been putting in it is moss. And in my head, I feel like that's going to be really pretty over time with just different types of mosses in there. But who knows? But this tank right here in between us that looks horrible right now. This right here, it looks awful. But that's all. There's a rock stack, and that's a bunch of moss that's slowly taken over that whole corner right there. And then, if I can point right here. Right now, there's white cloud minnows in that tank that's going to go outside in the tub eventually. I have a bunch of them outside, but those we got from the pet store a while ago, and before I put them all in the tub, I just wanted to make sure they were fine. So here in a little bit, though, I'll go into the tub outside with the other white cloud minnows, and I'll put something else in there.
And if that moss keeps growing as it is, it's going to get, some of it's going to get plucked and moved to another tank.
This had moss in it, but this algae clump grew over it, and I can no longer separate it. But since the shrimp they're always all over it and enjoying it, so every once in a while I'll prune it back a little bit, but for the most part, keep it in there. But yeah.
You mean trim your algae?
Yeah. I was doing a pretty good job for a little bit, but that light is pretty intense. It's for vegetables. And it grows the plants really well, and the water's super clear now. But it's taken some time, and it grows algae like no other. But I ended up kind of liking the algae. It was painted black, but the background being all green because of the algae. It wasn't like long stringy hair algae, and I don't know the type, but it was more of a spongy, and the shrimp loved it, so I just left it alone, and I was like, it kind of looks cool with like a little algae wall. So
yeah, so now
but it's gone through different variations, different over time, but now it looks
you have
really
a 3D
good.
backdrop, but it's just a 3D algae backdrop.
An algae backdrop. But the shrimp, those are the yellows. And they go, every once in a while, there's a cherry one in there, and I'll put it into a different tank. But for the most part, they're pretty yellow, and they enjoy it in there. So, oh, Joe's here for a second.
There he is.
Hang on. I got to put my headphones on now.
Put some headphones
See if
on.
you can hear him. We've got like 5 minutes left.
What's up,
Let's turn
Joe?
up mine a little bit. Everybody's in the house is sleeping. I don't know what it is with Florida, but it seems like everybody in Florida just wants to sleep.
Well, yeah. I was always sleepy.
Well, I was over there just kind of like laying there like, guys, I'm wide awake. What is everybody doing? And everybody's just like, well, we're all taking naps.
Yeah, the sun, the atmosphere. I'm like, I want to take a power nap.
Yeah.
What's up?
So yesterday we got to swim down at Juneau Beach. Got to swim in the ocean. I was surfing the waves with my fat belly. And then today we decided to go free swim with the sharks.
Wow.
We left at like 5:30 this morning. Got on the water about, I don't know, like 6. It was 8-foot waves.
Wow.
Whoa.
So we all took Dramamine. I'm waiting for all the videos and stuff to come in. We all took Dramamine. We kind of hopped in, And then freaking, I was like, fine. I was just being tugged behind the boat, waiting for the sharks to come in. And then went over and I turned my head the wrong way, and I was like, I felt seasick. So, right?
Yeah.
And then I got out, and I'm like, okay, I'm fine now. And then everybody's like, okay, the bull shark's in here, the lemon sharks are in here. So then I freaking jumped back in. I was swimming with them. They're like swimming next to my belly and everything else. And then Will went over, and he was getting kind of sick, so he got out. So he was on my side of the boat. So the captain was chumming the sharks and was going over me so he could draw sharks to me. I came up and I looked at Will and watched him projectile, and I smelled sausage, and I was done for the rest of the day. I was like, okay,
I'm done.
But that was everybody. We had National Geographic there.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, they're all free swimming. They needed to do some stuff for free swimming with the sharks and everything. So we just kind of hopped on it. We're like, hey, can we just hop on? So Will his position was he was the bait bucket guy, so he was down below bringing the sharks up to us. And hopefully some of them get some good footage, because 8-foot swells. I didn't videotape nothing with my phone.
No.
But I'm going to show you the bit of his zoo that he's working on. This is the fox. Oh, let's show the thing. Where are they? This is the fox.
It was right behind you a second ago.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. Let me turn the camera around. I'll kind of go to it 1 second here. Camera. Back facing. All right, this is a little turkey butt right here. So this is the fox enclosure. Kind of walk around. There's a few of them in here.
Oh.
Wow.
And then we got the tortoises. Cool. They're gonna follow me around now. We got the tortoises.
I'm jealous.
Now, a lot of these are locked. They're still taking naps, so I couldn't go over and fire it up. This is the gators, and this is like, where is he here? This is the big snapping turtle. And then he's got a big old... There's a crocodile in this one. Someplace I gotta find him. So what he's... Ouch! I'm trying to walk and everything. So what he's doing is he tore down all... We were clearing out shrubs today. So he cleared out all this to build more enclosures. And he's trying to purchase these other 5 acres here for large animals.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I mean, where else can you go to a friend's house, stay at a freaking zoo, get up in the morning,
go swim with freaking sharks,
go swim with sharks, then come over here and play with the animals? See what else? Oh, this right here is an alligator snapping turtle. I think it's called alligator snapper.
Oh, wow.
So these all these in this enclosure all have Pokemon names.
I wonder who named them.
It wasn't me. I think it was Will. Will's into Pokemon too. I'm walking through he's got big calluses on his feet. I don't, so tender feet. This is his skunk named Oreo. He's in there.
Oh.
Just chilling. But this is where he's all known for. I'll show you where he's all known for.
All the good stuff.
We are getting a first-hand tour of Will Nace's new zoo.
Yeah, I'm super jealous.
Everyone in the chat, you are getting a sneak peek right here.
That's right. Before it's even open. Try and get all these lights in here. Gotta find them. Gotta find all the light switches. He's always like, Joe, you're always exploring. Yeah, I just gotta find them.
Yeah, Joe is in Florida at Will Nace's.
In West Palm Beach.
Ooh.
This thing is staring at me.
See, that I can only appreciate it.
Let me see if the light switch. I think the light switch might be outside for it. And he just struck the window as I walk by. It's not on here, right?
I love learning about snakes of all kind, but I don't. There's a limit to my bravery.
Hold on a second. I know there's a light switch around here. I just gotta find the right one, and then we can keep on going to all the other enclosures. Well, anyways, I guess I'll find it later on. Listen.
Dang.
This is a rattlesnake.
Mm-hmm.
A neotropical rattlesnake.
Dang.
And then you have a West African Goban Viper.
Whoa.
That's cool.
And then you have, this one is a Batrus deprolis. This is a Uri chica. And then down here you have a canebrake rattlesnake, wherever that one is. It's someplace in there. All right, what do you have? This one. This is another rattlesnake, small one. A Rhino Viper. See the little horns on its nose?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is a puff adder. This is a Colombian lancehead. This one's out. Right here he is. What do you got? This West African gabbit. This is a big one too. There's two of them in here. 1, 2. Look how long these things are.
Holy smokes.
And then you have a Mexican West Coast rattlesnake.
His collection is ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
There's two of them in there. Oh, he's getting ready to strike. He's like, white boy, I'm gonna eat you. Eastern Diamondback.
Dang.
You guys,
I've seen those up close and personal.
This is a green Mamba.
Ooh.
I'm trying to look for the light switch as I'm showing these. Another little rattlesnake.
They're
Don't know
so
what that one is.
cute, but there's a limit.
This is a green Mamba right here. He's the guy on the side there. And then we got, what's up here? A forest cobra.
Wow.
Wow, look at that color.
Another forest cobra.
That's cool.
A king cobra. This is a Burmese python down here. This one actually has eggs in there, but they're all hiding.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tegu, an Argentinian lizard.
Wow.
He is.
This one is a big king cobra. This is the one that I did a video on that was striking the glass. So it's kind of like, I ain't gonna piss him off. And then all these have snakes in them. All this whole thing.
Whoa.
And same with all these. So like, this one's cool. This one's like ready to go over and be like, I'm gonna get you. All
That's just cool.
right, let's look in here. This is a paludarium from Aquashella, Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do remember that paludarium.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have white-lipped tree viper in this one. So this is what Will does. He builds vivariums for snakes. This is a horned pit viper in here. This is one where nobody can really find them, but let me just give you some hints. I know where they're at. Up in the corner. And then there's one right here.
Wow.
They camouflage really well.
Yeah, I would say so.
More than
Wow.
well.
This one, I don't think he's got something in this enclosure. I haven't seen this one yet. And this is where he normally has his like tree frogs. This
That's
one,
cool.
Serpa Design made when he was at Orlando. So you can kind of see them. They're right up here.
Wow.
Well, that's Tanner
He's
for
got
you.
another one.
Always doing awesome work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is a Temple Pit Viper, and I haven't looked for this one yet. Here's this one. This is a Pops Tree Viper.
That's cool.
This one is these are dart frogs. I guess every day what happens is he cleans it and it poops on here every single day. So he's in there someplace just pooping away.
That's kind of handy if he always goes in the same spot, I guess.
Yeah.
On the glass. But he cleans the glass and they just come right there right away. And then, of course, here's his different plants and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got more venomous ones in here. And then we have little crocodiles. See if I can just get this quick. Hold on.
You're not going to see that every day, folks. Just snatching them up.
That's cool. They're so cute.
This is a little crocodile.
Uh-huh.
And then these two are caimans.
Uh-huh.
But I guess they're butt heads. So yeah, normally it's not going to be where you can come in here and just kind of randomly just scoop stuff.
Yeah.
I've been here a few times, so I know what to grab and what not to grab.
Yeah,
Like
I wouldn't want to just go into a random wrong thing.
Oh, that's
wrong
nothing.
thing.
So after I got out of the ocean, right, we have to shower,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
I come in here, he's got a damn snake on the toilet. This is my shower where I go over and I shower after the ocean. Damn snake on the toilet.
It's supposed to keep you company. It's supposed to be soothing and relaxing.
I didn't know about it. Like, I came back into the house. Let me turn my camera around. I came back in the house and he's like, "Oh, you smell kind of good." I'm like, "Yeah, I put some Axe body spray in." He's like, "Oh, dude, I really hope that you didn't hurt my snake." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Dude, there's a snake right in the toilet." I'm like, "What?" So, but his place is beautiful, and I guess these are. Let me turn the camera around again. Camera. And these are like when he goes to shows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's building more pelletariums for other people, or vivariums.
Wow.
So he's got a beautiful place.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Got a little bunny there. Oh, we got. Hold on a second, let me see if I can find it. We got.
Talk about lots
some
of
other animals
projects
around
going
here.
on.
I know.
Oh yeah. I said he can just use my man labor that I'm here. So, what else we got? All right. We got some duckies.
No.
What else do we have? We have. I think they're out here. They kind of like free roam around here, so I got to kind of hunt things down.
Free ranging.
Mm-hmm.
Free range animals. Let's see what we got over here. A lot of work needs to get done. All right, there's the one duck. So I can't remember his name, but he chases the dogs around.
He identifies as a cougar.
He's pretty cool. He'll probably end up coming up here soon.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I let the dogs out. But excuse me.
Well,
Allergies down here.
I know
was gonna
that's
say,
how
it's
I
green
sounded.
in Florida.
That's how I sounded when I went to Florida at this Aquashella. I was like, I can't breathe.
Well, yeah, it's 40 degrees in Minnesota, and here it's 85 degrees.
Yeah.
Like this morning, he's like, "Oh, Joe, you're gonna freeze when you go on the ocean." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "It's 50 degrees." I'm like, "That's summer." I mean, the water is so warm too, and everybody else was shivering, and I'm like, "Dude, I'm kind of used to this."
Well, I hate
And
to
this
cut
is where
you
all
off,
the kids kind of.
but I have
This is where
to
we
go.
throw all our diving stuff,
Oh, that's
all our
cool. That's nice.
our wetsuits and stuff in the pool.
I hate to cut you off, but I gotta go to the movie theater with my little one.
Not a problem, guys. Thank you.
Thank
Well,
you,
thanks for
Joe.
showing
I
us
appreciate
around.
it, man. That
That's
was
really
awesome. That was a
cool.
great sneak peek. That
A
is
sneak
so
little
cool.
peek, and we're gonna wait to see if there's more footage of swimming with the sharks and everything. And I'll
if
be
you don't
going down
have
to
to-
Badfish.
If you don't have to go, you and Jesse can chit chat for a minute. I'll end the stream, but I'm gonna go take the little one to see Sonic 2.
Yeah, I can sit here for a couple minutes. Everybody else is kind of sleeping, so
Well, thanks everybody in the chat for showing up and talking with us, and I will see you very soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a good